And it's based on the idea that when we become present in our bodies and open our hearts, which means that we actually have to do the deep psychospiritual transformational healing that's necessary to heal ourselves and our relations, and that we expand our mind and are able to connect to the one field in which we are all a part of, that actually shifts our consciousness. It brings us into the present moment. So, of course, we're not thinking about the future or the past. But when we do all of that, then what happens is we can access direct knowing. And with direct knowing, we can, in fact, have an experience in which we experience the wisdom of what it is that wants to happen now. Most of the time with manifestation and conscious co-creation, we think about what it is that we want. Say, for example, I want $1 million, or I want to get a really good job, or I want to be in a relationship. And all of that wanting is actually coming mostly from our front lobe, what we think we want. When we experience direct knowing by awakening our bodies, opening our hearts, expanding our minds, and connecting to the field, then we have a wisdom of what wants to happen, both for ourselves and for all that is. And in that wisdom, we can actually speak that into existence, and we can use the tools that we learn as manifestors and conscious co-creators to do that. However, in order to access that state, we do have to do deep psychospiritual transformational healing. So the experiment includes different pieces. It includes daily spiritual practice. And I'm inviting people to join me in doing this process. And some of it's free, and some of it I'm asking for payment. And it is going to include webinars to do trainings and the skills that are needed to be able to access this direct knowing, as well as weekend retreats. And then starting October 17th, I am committed to adding an additional 15 to 30 minutes on the evening spiritual practice for people who are on the call or the webinar, that we will access connection with the earth and the universe and invite in the clarity and the wisdom of what it is that's needed to be healed here, or what behaviors humans need to do to change, and we'll speak that into existence. And I believe that this can create a shift in the entire field. And this comes from the idea behind this, or one of the pieces behind it, is that Einstein said that we cannot solve a problem with the same level of consciousness. And we have created the problems on the planet that we humans have created from the place of separateness, from the belief that we are not actually one with all that is, but that we're separate and we are affected or being affected by something outside of ourselves. And so I believe that that's not true, that we really are one big oneness and unique expressions of that. And so when we actually access the oneness, then we are able to experience a different level of consciousness. And in that unity consciousness, I believe we can have the knowing of what it is we need to do that is completely right on, that will bring the wisdom onto the planet that's needed to shift what we're doing. And if enough people make this shift, which may be 1,000 and it may be 10,000, maybe more, but it doesn't feel like that to me, but if enough people make that shift in consciousness, it will affect the entire field. It will affect all of humanity. We know that because of the 100th monkey theory. So we know that if enough of us do this practice, these practices, shift our consciousness, speak what we know into existence, that all of us will be affected, and we can make a difference that way. So if this is something you're interested in, I'm Catherine Yarbrough. You can visit my website at centerforembodiedconsciousness.com. I'm putting up new information on a regular basis about it. And you can also go to our Facebook page, Heal the Planet, Heal Ourselves. I welcome your participation in the experiment. I welcome your partnering in this. I know this isn't a one-person job. This is about a lot of people coming together to do this, and I'm not exactly sure how that's going to look. So let me know if you're interested in being a part of it. Feel free to post on the Facebook page about what you're doing, if it's related, and supportive. So namaste.